Hey there, I just did this. I was into like a bit of a minute of it, and there was like a phone ring, so I thought I'd start over. Anyway, I got a bunch of new DVDs, so there's going to be broken up into a couple segments. I hadn't planned to get any more DVDs for about a couple months, so and I probably won't after the ones that I got. So some great stuff. I also picked up a Soda Stream, which is for different reviews. I'm going to check that out later on, and I'll hopefully get to do a review on that as well. And I picked up the Shark Rotator vacuum cleaner. It's kind of like it's like a Dyson, but I have about half the price of a Dyson. Anyway, here goes. These are 4 ones I'm very excited about having, and I just got them today. I went to Costco, and Costco had a bunch of Doctor Who DVDs. I was really surprised, and they're on for about $14 to $18. And considering what I normally pay for Doctor Who DVDs here in North America, that was an extremely good price, so I could not pass it up. And there's a couple that are ones that I've been wanting for a long time. And my favorite Doctor story for the original Doctor, William Hartnell, because he was not. He took a while for me to get used to. I started around the Tom Baker, Jon Pertwee era watching Doctor Who, so going back, I got into Troughton right away. But Hartnell wasn't the easiest Doctor to get into. If you've got the beginning set, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's not exactly the nicest or the most. It makes Colin Baker's Doctor look friendly originally, and it takes a bit to get into him. But the story that really sold me on it, and most people say watch the Aztecs. Once you see the Aztecs, you're really getting into Hartnell's Doctor. So I watched the Aztecs, and I didn't. That wasn't the one that got me into Hartnell's Doctor, but I did manage to pick up today the story that got me completely into William Hartnell as the original Doctor Who. And that's the Keys of Marinus. The Keys of Marinus is very much like 6 episodes with 6 separate like storylines that makes up one over arc. You know, like the Keys of Time that will come later on in Doctor Who, and the Trial of the Time Lord, which will go for an entire series. Well, this is a 6-part. I think it's the 6-part serial. It's the 5th Doctor Who story, and it was the precursor to all those. Basically, there's keys that are scattered across that he has to find, and there's little adventures along the way in each episode. And it's a very cool. Even to this day, you could show this to pretty much anyone. They could still get into it. There's not a lot of features on here. Audio commentary with some of the actors on the set of Marinus. Basically, just interview with the designer. It runs about 9 minutes long. It's a photo gallery. It runs about 7 minutes. This is kind of neat, though. There's a PDF material, which is Cadet Suite's Doctor Who and the Daleks. Basically, it's a scan of the entire set of Cadet Suite's cards. It was like a series of Doctor Who cards that were done, and it had kind of like a mini Doctor Who story with the Daleks involved. And as usual, there's production note subtitles, which are really cool, and digital remaster sound quality. This is my favorite first Doctor story, so it's really excited to have this one. Incredible. I love Keys of Marinus. Next one I got was Death to the Daleks. It's a Jon Pertwee story. It is the only Dalek story of Pertwee's that I don't have, so I'm glad to have it. It's not necessarily considered the best of the Doctor Who Dalek stories, and be right back. I gotta check on something. And the Mac. And we're back with Death to the Daleks. Kieran Nation, of course, wrote this one. He wrote most of the Dalek storylines for some. So no, and it's a fun little Dalek story. It's pretty simplistic. It's nothing too extravagant. It's not Genesis or anything like that, but it is a fun story, and I did like it. And I'm collecting all the Doctor Who serials, and I really wanted to have this one. I do like the Dalek storylines. I did when I was younger. I thought they were like little pepper pot things you could push downstairs. But there's a commentary on here with Julian Fox. Dalek one of the Dalek operators, the director, floor manager, Uh, and of course, there's Beneath the City of the Exelons. Basically, it's a 26-minute making of. It's pretty cool. There's a studio recording where you get like a 23-minute like glimpse into the production of the third story, so we get to see like making it. Doctor Who stories, Dalek Man on the set of the Doctor and the Daleks, which is kind of unique. There's like a little short thing on the movies, Doctor and Dalek movie done with Peter Cushing. So not sure how well it fits on here because it's a Dalek story, but I think it would have fit better on the Cushing Doctor Who one. But still, it's kind of cool to have it. My dad has the two Dalek Peter Cushing movies for me actually, which is I'll get when I go down the coast next. And it's PDF material, Radio Times, of course, production subtitles on it, and it's the number 72, according to the North American numbering, as you know, is different. And the next one is the Tom Baker story. I just love Tom Baker. This is a Hinchcliffe era one, so some people thought it was a little bit too much of the historical, but I really liked it, and that's the Mask of Mandragora. It's story number 86. We were still into Sarah Jane territory at this time. Audio commentary with Tom Baker was right there. It's an awesome one to have. 26-minute making of. Bigger on the inside, a 19-minute history of the TARDIS. Really cool. I got to see that. Now and Then. I always love the Now and Then location featurettes, where basically they just look at back on the where they did the set. Beneath the Mask, Gareth Robertson and Clayton Hickman take the mask to task. Photo gallery, production times, the PDF material as radio time listings, of course, and digital master pictures, quality, and of course they always have the kind of pop-up video-ish type of thing, that's the production subtitles they have on there. This is a particular favorite. Well, anything Tom Baker is a particular favorite of mine because I'm a very big fan of Baker. And the mask in this thing, some people, I like it. I thought the mask is cool. It's a very neat looking Doctor Who-y. And the last, and definitely not least, and I remember waiting for this to come on so bad and wanting to see it. It was, and it's story number 130 in North America now. And it's a 2-disc set. It's one that I really, really liked, and some people gave it crap, but it was great, and I wish that this sort of effort would be put in to the 50th anniversary now of the Doctor that was put in back then, and that is the 5 Doctors. I'd been hoping to see the original Doctors, not Photoshop CGI into certain scenes in an episode, but actually come back. Like the 2 Doctors, like the 3 Doctors, and the 5 Doctors. 5 Doctors was a fun story. It was a special, a one-off that they did that wasn't part of the season. It was like on its own, and it was done on the 20th anniversary of Doctor Who. Peter Davison was the current Doctor at the time, and they got to bring back Patrick Troughton, they got to bring back Jon Pertwee. Of course, there's a little bit of problem with Tom Baker, so they used the scene from Shadow to explain why Tom Baker wasn't there with the rest of them. And of course, sadly, William Hartnell had passed on, but they were watching Blake 7, and he saw an actor that bared a striking resemblance to Hartnell in a way. It's not a, but he does a great job, and it's Richard Hartnell, who'd been a TV mainstay over the years since 1930, I think, and he did a great job in the role a very thankless role, and he was one of the things that people were most worried about, but he did. It was incredible. Now, this one is a 2-disc set, like I mentioned before, and the features are great. Audio commentary with Caroline Ford, played Susan, Nicholas Courtney, the Brigadier, Elizabeth Sladen, Sarah Jane, Mark Strickson, who played Turlough. There's a cool 52-minute celebration on the 25th anniversary of the series. It's an awesome feature, by the way. Just saying, Trails of Continuity, Space Attack, You know, the continuity thing is 19 minutes long on this one here. It's an 8-minute photo gallery, special hidden feature. And I'm going to give it away, because if you got this and you don't know what the feature is, I'm guessing you do. Most people do if they've checked online or if they've got it. David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, does a commentary. It's a hidden feature. Is that David Tennant himself was a big fan of Peter Davison and his era. That was his Doctor, and he does a commentary on this. So it's really cool to have Tennant doing a commentary on the original Doctor Who series, and this is the DVD set that has the commentary. On disc 2, because there's 2 versions of this on here. There's the original version, and there's like an uncut version, because in North America we got a more cut version of it. And there's audio commentary by Peter Davison, writer Terrence Dicks, Ties That Bind Us, a documentary examining the links to the show's past and future in the 5 Doctors, and it's 26 minutes long. It's really cool. And 5 Doctors, 1 studio. It's the recording of the only occasion when all the Doctors were together on the set. It runs 18 minutes long. There's 6 minutes of outtakes, not so special effects, basically talking about the effects for Doctor Who back then. It runs 9 minutes. There's publicity clips from BBC shows Saturday Superstore, Blue Peter, Nationwide, and Breakfast Time. It's around 29 minutes long, talking about the huge special Easter egg. I guess there's another Easter egg here that I'm unaware of. Isolated music tracks on both versions. Of course, DVD-ROM features. We got the radio times. Of course, the production notes, subtitles are on here as well. This is the John Nathan Turner era. Peter Moffat directed this. It's written by Terrence Dicks. It is a great story, as it came out in 1983. I remember it in November 25th of 1983, and we got the 2 versions of the story on here. I'm very excited. I got some more DVDs to tell you about, but I wanted to get the Doctor Who thing out of the way. And what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to take down all my Doctor Who DVDs basically that I've got, and I'm going to do a run through with an update and let you know every Doctor Who DVD I got, and kind of what I think of them. It might be a longer video. It may actually take 2 videos to do that. I do have, in the original series, I think I don't have a lot. I got 44 in the original series of Doctor Who, and I have the 4 first series and some other stuff as well. Anyway, I'm going to let this video go through right now. Then I'm going to go and make myself some tea, because I'm waiting for the water to cool so I can make the soda stream later. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, so being a big Doctor Who geek, if you get yourself at the Costco and you live in North America, there's some great stuff there. They have the beginning set as well, and a few others that I already have. The 3 Doctors is there, and they're there for fairly cheap. I think the beginning set was like $18, and that's amazingly cheap for that set. So you're a Doctor Who fan, you want to get into Doctor Who, you're thinking, hey, the 50th anniversary, let's find out what the original Doctor Who was like. Costco's got them for really cheap. Go out and get some. They're amazing. They're incredible. I'm glad to have those 4, and I'm very, very, extremely excited to be able to sit down and watch them later on tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please comment. I really enjoy the comments, and it's time for tea.